Let me start by taking you somewhere familiar. There was a time when you used to look into the mirror and touch your hair without thinking. You styled it differently every day, depending on the day, the mood, the occasion, whatever felt right at that day, at that moment. A small change, a side part, a little more volume, it could significantly affect the way you see yourself. Not because your hair is special, but because it made you feel more put together. Most people watching this know that version of themselves. And maybe that is why baldness doesn't hurt when it begins. It hurts when you start to notice. Baldness is one of the few things in life that sort of happens publicly. It's not something that you get to grieve in private. I mean, other people see it before you get a chance to accept it yourself. And the discomfort that you end up feeling from baldness, it's not because we think that being bald is unnatural. It is completely natural. The discomfort exists because we were taught what hair is supposed to mean. Now let's get one thing very clear. Baldness is not shameful by nature. It is a fully biological pattern. But the shame around baldness is something that is learned. It is cultural. It is cinematic. It's also marketed into us since childhood. Think about it. Go back. From the moment we are young, we are fed a message. Sometimes subtly, sometimes brutally. Your appearance is your currency. Thick hair is celebrated. Hair loss is joked about. Heroes in movies rarely lose their hair. And even if they do, it is never normal. Think about it. Do you recall watching a Bollywood movie where the hero was bald? Think about it. How are they shown? They're shown as villains. They're shown as side characters, comic relief. Rarely as the romantic lead. Rarely as an emotionally stable man. Somebody you romanticize. The impact cinema has is huge. Cinema teaches us how to read bodies. And over decades, it has taught us to read baldness as decline, as a loss of something. And that's why probably whenever you start going bald, the mind does not register it as a normal change, a usual change. It registers it as a loss of value. Let me ask you something very uncomfortable. Take a second. Think back. How do you look at bald men? There's oftentimes a split-second assumption. Less powerful, less desirable, older. You may not say it. You may not even believe it consciously, but it exists. This bias did not come from biology. It came from conditioning. Now, let's talk about why this hits men so deeply. Hair is one of the few things that gives you daily agency. You can change it, style it, shape it, control how it looks every single day. A small change in your hairstyle can get a shift in your persona. Not because hair holds power, but because control does. So when baldness happens, what's gone is not hair, it's control. And lack of control is obviously very deeply unsettling to the human psyche. Now, add marketing to this vulnerability. The global hair loss industry is worth billions of dollars and it's growing every year. Minoxidil, serums, supplements, transplants, miracle oils. Some of these help people, of course. Some do not. But let's be honest for a second about what truly fuels this industry. Fear. Fear that without hair you will not be chosen. Fear that without hair you will not find a partner. Fear that desirability has an expiry date. Now, learn this. Marketing does not say that you're not enough, that you're broken. It just says that you can be acceptable again. But what happens when treatments don't work? Shame deepens. It's strange, but studies consistently show that men experiencing hair loss oftentimes report lower self esteem, higher social anxiety, reduced confidence in dating, severe emotional withdrawal. Not because baldness exactly causes weakness, of course not, but it still has meaning attached to it. Now, the sad part is that in India, this pressure multiplies. Marriage markets, family comments disguised as concerns, casual jokes that oftentimes land a little harder than anyone realizes. Bald men are mostly taught to compensate with money, with power, with dominance. And with this compensation, your mental health slowly starts to erode. Now, don't get me wrong, women experience this too. Hair loss in women is mostly minimized or medicalized or just not paid enough attention to. But the shame is still as real. But this is because femininity is indefinitely more tightly tied to your appearance. We see it every day, we see it everywhere. This is not a man's or a woman's issue. This is a human issue that we ourselves have created because of the way we define beauty. Now let's talk science for a minute without fear. Most common baldness is actually genetic and hormonal. It is shown to be linked with sensitivity to DHT. It does not mean you're unhealthy, and it does not mean you're weak, and it does not mean that you have failed. Historically, baldness has existed through civilizations. Warriors, kings, scholars, monks. The biology is ancient. The shame is modern. Now, to the men watching, I have something important for you to hear. Listen to this one carefully. Let me share with you how women actually think. Yes, looks register initially. I mean, they always will. We're all humans. But attraction does not stay there. It stays in how you carry yourself, how emotionally grounded you are, how safe you feel to be around, and how present you are in your own skin. For most women, hair is not what defines a man. It is actually a healthy, stable, emotionally regulated, kind, sweet man that leaves a lasting impression. I mean, I talk for myself, but it's safe to say that I represent the women that we're talking about. Hair is honestly the last thing. What repels us is not baldness, the insecurity around baldness that seeps into everything, the conversations, the posture, the intimacy. What attracts is actually steadiness. Now, something interesting is happening. It's happening on the internet. Men shaving their heads without shame, without guilt, without fear. Men standing confidently in front of mirrors, owning their faces, owning their bodies. This isn't just a trend, is it? It's like a quiet rebellion. Not against hair loss, but because the shame that is associated with it. For the first time, some people at least are seeing baldness without panic, without jokes, without any explanations, just the presence of it. And that presence, deeply unsettling. Why? Because it breaks the older narrative. Let's be honest, baldness is not the problem. The mental state created around baldness is. The self-surveillance, the constant checks, the negotiation with the mirrors, that is what needs to be addressed. Now, get this. You can choose treatment. You can choose to shave your head. You can choose to do nothing at all. None of these choices will make you any superior. What matters is why you chose them. From self-respect or from shame. And one last thing needs to be said. It's very important. The next time someone's rejecting you because of your hair, pause. Hold it. Hold it before you internalize it. Their rejection does not equate to your worth. It is information. It is telling you that this person that rejected you is attached to a version of life that cannot really last. Everything that we are taught to chase eventually leaves. Hair falls, skin wrinkles, bodies weaken. No one can escape this. It's not possible. So think about it. If someone cannot sit with you now, they will not be able to sit with you later. What actually survives time is very simple. Your kindness, your virtue, your integrity, your truth. These things are not visible in a mirror, but they are things that people feel, see when they meet you. And that feeling is what creates real intimacy. Baldness does not need fixing. I'll tell you what does though. Shame. Shame needs fixing. And the real work is not growing your hair back. It is knowing that you are complete within yourself, that even if it doesn't grow back, you are whole, you are full. And that is the revolution that actually matters.